Hello! Perfidious Pete here, back and getting ready to go all Bob Lee swagger on a centipede in Rimworld. And, you know, just because he was a Marine Force Recon Scout Sniper, I think was Bob Lee swagger's bit. But just because he was a Scout Sniper doesn't mean his whole life was all, you know, fun and glory and killing. That sniper thing for Bob Lee, that was a bit of a tough gig, man. Guy, you know, he had some hardship. He had some troubles. Living up in the mountains, documenting the evils of the government, writing articles for your self-published newspaper, shooting cans of stew to pass the time. That's a tough gig, man, and a man gets lonely up there. Though I suppose if you get too lonely, you can always go hit on the widow of the spotter that you got killed in action. Because apparently Kate Mara is a pretty forgiving sort, since at the end of that movie she drives off into the sunset in the truck with Bob Lee. Despite the fact that he not only killed her husband, but also sort of engineered the circumstances that resulted in her getting raped by a mercenary. That's pretty forgiving. Actually, that part of the movie always troubled me, just because it didn't make sense. I mean, we didn't need that scene to happen in order for us to understand that the mercenary guy was a bad guy. We didn't need that. We already knew. But, also, Kate Mara then murders a guy, which I don't know. I mean, I suppose seems like an appropriate punishment for that crime, but she didn't seem like the murderous sort. You gonna take a shot here too, and you're just gonna sit around forever? Maybe this guy will come shoot at Rick the Mule, and Rick can finally do something useful for the colony. Really, all I want to do is piss off this centipede. And having done that now, you should probably run, too. Well, Rick got shot a little. Is the centipede angry? I mean, he shot at us, so he looks at least a little angry. You gonna come down this way? He's coming this way. Rick, you can go do whatever it is you do. Toon, you know what I would like for you to do? I want you to man this steel mortar. And who's our second best shot? Toon? I mean, you're our best shot. So man the mortar. And Svegard is our number 2 man? Okay. Do I really want to mortar this thing? You know, maybe I don't. Maybe the mortar is overkill. Let's see how the centipede reacts. If it starts to, like, come down towards our base, like it's going to work our way through our defenses. And that's exactly what it's going to do. I think maybe we just draft up some of our colonists and put them on D here. We don't even really need to do that right away because it's going to be a minute. Toon, what are you doing? You're going to go remove that roof. Well, you're definitely getting drafted if you're going to go try it. You know what? Here, just go down and man the bunker. Pittman, I believe you're drafted as well. You know what? Go man the bunker. Crusty, why don't you be drafted and go man the bunker? Anybody else we want to put in the bunker? You're probably fine. Svegard, I mean, you're a badass, but you don't have a really long range weapon. Here, Lynx, that's fine. You're drafted. Go man the bunker. That's probably, between this and our turrets and our traps, I kind of feel like this centipede is going to be, we got him handled. He's covered. And if things go too aggressively badly, we can always have somebody go up and start shooting mortars at him. Meanwhile, Alaska is going to go replant those hops that every animal in the universe ate. Although we are going to harvest some, which is fantastic. We have an order for this, right? I love the fact that my colony is in such a good place that I can actually look and see whether or not I have a brewing order while we're being attacked by mechanoids. 4 turrets. Got a team of hardened killers here manning our bunker. Toon's on sniper duty. He's going to be firing at this guy the whole way down the tunnel. The centipede taking its sweet-ass time getting here. Maybe we'll speed things up a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean all the way. Come on, centipede. Let's do this. So really all we needed to do was just take a shot at the guy to get him pissed off. And Toon's sniping him down the corridor of death. This guy is setting off all of our traps. Toon with another shot to the face. This centipede, he's taking these traps like a champ, though. All right, everybody's opening up on him. Alaska, what the hell are you doing, man? Repairing sandstone wall. Here's an idea. Maybe don't do that. You're in the middle of a goddamn firefight, man. There you go. Little bit smarter. Nah, I'm just going to wade right into the middle of an active war zone. And sorted. Alright, so Centipede is taken care of. No muss, no fuss. We can now undraft. Now, if you guys want to go remove that roof, you know what? Knock yourselves out. What are we going to do to this Centipede? What can we do to this thing? Let's see what we can modify. All we can do is shut it down. Well, damn. I was hoping we could get some sweet mechanoid parts here, but it turns out we got to get a new arm for Svegard at some point. I really want to get him a sweet robot arm. Hey, Alaska, since you're standing here, you want to kill this turkey? I mean, it's delicious. Maybe come up here and shoot the turkey, though. Don't just let a turkey wander around like this. Fire at the turkey. We can't afford to let this kind of... one shot, one kill. It is Bob Lee Swagger. Okay, that was good. Let's rearm these traps, then. Crusty is, I believe, shutting down the centipede. And that's done. Somebody should haul its body to the dump very shortly. And then once its body is hauled to the dump, it should also be getting... very shortly thereafter, deconstructed. Samu, what are you doing? Fixing a sandstone wall? How did these walls get this damaged? Probably our turrets shot him, I guess, while they were aiming at the centipede because he was using them for cover? Maybe. We do have a bill for... yeah, okay. Disassemble Mechanoid, do it forever. Good. Somebody will get to it eventually. Our refrigerator is supremely full. Min, you better be making fine meals up here. Okay, Min is in fact making... no, is she making fine meals or eating fine meals? I believe she is manufacturing fine meals, and that is exactly what we want her to do. In fact, we're so excited to have fine meals back on the menu. I'm actually going to crank up production for these for quite a bit. I want like 60 fine meals. Also, how come simple meals are not getting cooked? We're down to... wait a minute, we're almost out of food. We have 18 simple meals? Is that it? We have 18 simple meals, and that's it. We do have a lot of colonists to feed, but look at all this food we got, guys. We got abundance of food. Maybe we need to put somebody else on chefing duties. Maybe we need to go double overhead chef action. Dare I double up on the chefery? I mean, if we can't... you're feeding our prisoner fine meals? Okay, I mean, she already lives in one of the nicest rooms in the house because she's living in the hospital, but... feeding her fine meals, too? There are limits, guys, to what is acceptable behavior in this colony. Pittman's going in for the recruitment here. Pittman's just trying to recruit himself a future spouse, and no, Cervex is not having any of that. She's like, come on, man, you're not the first dude to wear a cowboy hat and make an awkward pass at me. I have been to a cowboy bar before, sir. I know how to deal with this situation. Also, why are there weapons just lying out here? Probably from that massacre... yeah, probably from that massacre we committed when those tribesmen attacked. That's where Cervexa and Isamu came from. I mean, they originally were not members of this colony. We kidnapped them. We went, you know, we Stockholm Syndromed them. We went Symbionese Liberation Army to Patty Hearst them into our colony. I don't feel the least bit guilty about it either. Also, I mean, we have committed war atrocities, and since we are channeling the spirit of Bob Lee Swagger, it seems appropriate to make sure that nobody ever knows of our crimes. I mean, we got to make sure that Archbishop dies. Otherwise, the fact that we genocided a native people in order to obtain mineral rights, I think was the plot of that movie. It was either minerals or oil, I forget. But, you know, that Archbishop has got to die. Because it's always Archbishops who are the whistleblowers sitting back in the back being like, no, I know all about your genocide, Senator, and I'm going to be the one to expose you. That's the sort of thing Archbishops get up to. Sure, they're there for your spiritual health, but also worldwide security. That's another thing that bishops provide. I came in here to build some double beds. What do we have the most manufactured blocks of? It looks like sandstone. Yeah, okay. Let's get a sandstone double bed going. I want a pair of these. I'm just going to put this one up here. We'll get these installed. We'll throw a couple doors on here as well. Actually, what we really need is some wood. How much wood have we got? Do we have any wood? Maybe not. Are we completely woodless? Am I? Alright, I'm feeling like a 80. I'm feeling a little bit like a octogenarian baby boomer down here. I'm completely woodless, and if I don't get my dose of Viagra, I'm not gonna be able to fuck anymore because, hey, I'm a boomer, and everything's always about me all the time. What I want, what I need, this is the only thing that's important. Me, 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 me. Pete, you sound like maybe you got a problem with boomers. Yeah, I kind of do, actually, have a problem with baby boomers. They've been given everything, man, and it's never been enough for them. Combat supplier. A trade ship is passing by. They are known as the Blue Jay Consortium. They are a combat supplier. I don't really need a combat supplier. What I need is somebody who's going to sell us gold, which reminds me, we should have somebody talk to a trade caravan. We can go talk to this guy. Let's see if it's going to cost money to have him show up. It does not. Does he have gold? He does not. But he is passing by. Does he have anything we want to get rid of? We can only buy stuff from him? We can only buy stuff. We cannot sell stuff to him. Well, you don't have gold, and it's literally the only thing I'm interested in. We could sell him Cervexa. She's been proven remarkably resilient when it comes to the recruitment. You know, it might not be the worst idea. This guy actually has freaking power armor. Torso, neck, left shoulder, left arm, right arm, right leg, left leg. Man, that looks badass. Powered armor usually used by assault troops from advanced Glitterworld planets. It's $5,400. Yeah, odds are we're not going to fucking buy any power armor then. All right, combat supplier, you're pointless. Let's get you out of here. I need anybody who has gold. We should also probably build an orbital trade beacon at some point as well. Got 330 steel. We have an abundance of food. How's our meal situation looking? We have 3 fine meals. We have 11 simple meals. We are not getting enough cooking done. Yeah, Min's going in for joy period. Let's see who's cooking and how quickly they're doing it. Min's going in for her joy period, which should be about over. Min is eating a fine meal. What does Min do? Eats a fine meal. And after that's over, she immediately starts cooking. Okay. Oh, you know what? We've got some inefficiencies here with the way this stockpile is set up. This is actually part of the problem. Because she's going outside to haul food because we have too much food. It's actually not getting in the freezer. And she's not using the frozen food. Wisely, she actually is using the food that I would prefer to use. It's the stuff that's at risk of spoilage, like this unattended meat. Now she's going to go feed the prisoner. Stop feeding Cervexa fine meals, man. How much meat do we have out here that's in danger of spoiling? And where did this meat come from? Why is it outside? Ah, we store my meat in an old shed. It's from that Megatherium. Why did we butcher more meat than we could possibly store? We're going to have to enhance our freezer. That's all there is to it. So let's start this up then. We're gonna widen the freezer out. We have more food than we can safely store. Min can only cook so fast. Theoretically, Lynx might be a better cook just simply because she would be faster at it. But we're making some fine meals. Also, making fine meals is further reducing our efficiencies because now we got to make 2 trips. She's got to go get the meat, then she's got to walk back outside, get the vegetable component of this. If we switch to simple meals, we would cook them considerably faster. But I mean, fine meals give us a mood bonus, and everybody's really stoked right now. I kind of want the stokedness to stay. Stay stoked, team. Stay stoked. It's important. Krusty's hauling rocks. Is that what we're down to, Crusty? You have nothing better to do than haul rocks? Battery is broken down. Somebody will get to it. I mean, theoretically, actually, somebody may not even be able to reach that. We'll probably have to mine our way in, which is fine. This is behind doors now. You know what? No, somebody should be able to. They should be able to walk over a battery. Let's make sure. We'll keep an eye on that and see if that battery gets fixed. Nighttime is the right time. We got 2 new beds. We should assign this. One of these should be Samu's bed. Pittman, you don't have a bed yet either? Well, okay, this is your new room, buddy. Here you go. Got a solar flare. That's gonna. We're not gonna be able to cook at all now because the solar flare is gonna disable all of our electrical devices. That's extraordinarily bad. It's also gonna possibly kill our hydroponics. Yeah, Svergard has got that. One colonist is idle. Min has nothing to do because she can't cook. And we finally recruited Cervexa. We got 1, 2... We have 9 colonists, man. That's a lot of colonists. 9 colonists. This colony is jumping, man. It's getting huge. 9 colonists in our colony. We're rocking. Got all of this going on. Our raids. We had a raid by mechanoids and we just shrugged it off like nothing even happened. This colony feels just fucking indestructible, man. Pride goeth before a fall, and this is probably my own hubris talking, but still. I'm feeling real good about the colony. So, Cervexa, you have like a 75 melee skill. How is this spear? It does 12 melee damage with a 2.3 second cooldown time. We do want to have you wielding some manner of melee weapon. 8 damage at 1.3 seconds. That's actually better, slightly. Do I want to just have you wielding a knife, though? We gotta have something better than that. A Plasteel Gladius. 14 damage at 1.46. That's probably our winner. Alright, Cervexa, go get yourself a badass sword. And once the whole badass sword thing is sorted, I don't suppose we have a personal shield lying around somewhere, do we? We might as well give you one if we do. Doesn't look like we do. Well, that'll be something we'll want to keep an eye on in the future. Personal shields. These are important. Solar Flare has ended, which is good. It means we can go back to cooking meals. Which, men, you should probably begin doing immediately. How's this Megatherium meat? Spoils in less than a day. Spoils in less than a day. We have got to get some gold at some point. Medicine production is definitely our next goal. Then we'll just need some neutroamine, and once we've got that down, we can start producing medicine. Okay, so that meat rotted away in storage and got hauled out. That's fine. It was really kind of hampering our efficiency from a cooking standpoint at any rate. We made a fine meal out of insect meat and then left it to rot on the floor. Simply because we don't have anywhere to store it. Well, we can expand our storage a little bit. Give me the storage here. And let's go ahead and make you bigger. Zone area. Give me this stockpile. Drag it out here. We'll make it slightly larger. How's the temperature doing in there? It's 15 Fahrenheit. We're going to have to make our cooler bigger. We don't have enough cool juice to keep an area this big cool. And you know what? If that's the way this is going to roll, I think we make the freezer not just a little bit bigger. I think we expand it considerably. If we're going to have to install another cooler to keep that big of an area refrigerated, then we might as well go full bore and really make this bad boy a beautiful walk-in freezer that a man can be proud of. I was sort of proud of it before, but I mean, you know, ridiculously proud of. The way Donald Trump is proud of his hair, kind of proud of. His figure out he's gotten food poisoning from a fine meal. That seems like a contradiction in terms, really. Let's expand this all the way out. And then what's our next order going to be? We got to throw a mine order at this wall. And as soon as that gets mined out, we're going to have to put in new cooler. Alaska, well, rare thrumbos. Man, I'm tempted to try and kill these thrumbos and a buck self-tamed. That we probably will just eat. I don't really feel like we need any more pets. Honestly, Rick is really a handful. He's problematic enough in a pet department. He really is. I don't really feel like we need to double up in the whole pet thing. One has proven problematic enough. There is a fire. Got some conduit that broke. Okay, so rare thrumbos, buck self-tamed. Somebody, guys, the fire, though. There you go. That out. Can we need to replace some power conduit? Yeah, okay. Conduit's fixed. Back on board. That drained our batteries, which once again has made meal production stop. That's getting to be really irritating. Also, you guys just going to leave a hole here in the freezer? Because all this food is going to spoil. Just, no. I'm sorry, Buck. Buck 1, I hate to do this to you, but, you know, nature is cruel, and it turns out that mankind is even more cruel. All you wanted to do was become friends with us and live in our colony and, you know, probably eat our fucking crops if Rick has taught us anything, but I don't need you on board, Buck 1. If I wanted to raise animals for, like, food products, if I wanted to be a herdsman, I would be a herdsman. Or join a shitty band with that guy from, that thing you do. That was his follow-up band to the Wonders. He called him the Herdsman. Wildly popular. Anybody building this freezer, though? Can't help but notice this is, we have a big hole in the wall and there's some junk here. What is missing? 3 components. Coolers take 3 components? That's a lot. And fantastic! We have Gutworms. Alright. Crusty, Toon, and Lynx are all afflicted with Gutworms. That's not good. It's going to make them eat more food, which is definitely going to be a problem considering the fact that our food production is one of our bigger issues at the moment. Why is nobody building this? Combat supplier from Tolbrexos. Colonist needs treatment. That's going to be Lynx or Crusty. Okay, hold on a second. Toon, what? I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Training Ghostface, stop it. Go fix that cooler. Stop leaving my freezer unfrozen. Thank you. And we're going to set the temperature on this bad boy down to 0, which is, I believe, what this one is set to as well. Yeah, okay. So the cooler is going to be cool once again, and now we'll have Min the Pop Idol, who is probably, you know what, she's cooking a fine meal. It's not going to be you. Let's get Pittman. He's like second best. I really hope you, sir, have some gold. I really need to get my hands on like 20 gold is all I require. Please tell me that you have some. Gold? You have no gold. So we have a bunch of things that this trader does not want. We got a really abundant supply of clothing. Like a bunch of really good clothing. So we got some Molotov cocktails. Don't really need those. Frag grenades. Don't really feel the need to keep those on hand. He has a Doomsday rocket launcher, a Masterwork heavy SMG, and an excellent quality Doomsday rocket launcher. I'm not paying that kind of cash for any of those things. Also, I can't really afford to pay that kind of cash for any of those things. So let's get rid of some of our old garbage, like, say, this Slate Club, this Steel Spear. What else can we get rid of? A plasteel knife. That I'm going to hang on to. This one, we probably don't need more than one of those. A normal quality plasteel knife. That's in perfect condition. All right, we'll have one knife. This Pila, I don't need. I don't need a shoddy great bow. This crummy pump shoddy, it just, I mean, I don't ever see a circumstance where we're going to need it. The survival rifle, that's shoddy. We have an undamaged one, so let's get rid of that. I don't need that great bow. Do we want to keep a pump shotgun? Let's hang on to one pump shotgun. That just seems like a respectable precaution. He will not buy used Molotov cocktails, huh? Or frag grenades? That seems weird. You're a combat supplier. Why would you not buy frag grenades? I guess I don't have to understand it. 608 credits. All right. Hey, do me a favor, though. If you could tell one of your compatriots who has some gold to come by, I would genuinely appreciate that. Alternatively, the other thing we could do, we've scanned the map to see if there is gold anywhere, and we were not able to find some. That doesn't mean there's no gold available to be mined. What we would have to do is start digging in, and what we would do is dig in like rows 2 apart to maximize the number of tiles we could reveal, and just try and literally go prospecting for gold. We do have Crusty Cornelius on our team here, and he is a crazy asshole salt miner. I mean, prospecting. Hey, that's right, Pete. You know, it's sort of my gig, part and parcel for the whole Crusty Cornelius philosophy. I've been mining the salt since my earliest days, Bo, and, you know, I love to mine. It's in my blood. It's in my bones. I could probably do it. You want me to start mining, Pete? I think maybe we'll hold off on that for the nonce, but we've got to have gold. If we can't get gold from any other fashion, I don't really know how else we're going to do it. I wouldn't mind trading for some. We have an abundance of silver. But we've got to get a multi-analyzer if we're going to get any ship components. And ultimately, I do want to get off of this rock. That is the ultimate goal of Rimworld, and it's my ultimate goal for this series, is to get us off of this rock. We're just going to put a new vent in here so everybody's fully ventilated. But either we're going to have to mine for gold or we're going to have to trade for it. I'm going to err on the side of trading, I think. How's our meal production coming? This is something I really want to keep an eye on. We may have to build another stove. Min is working around the clock to keep cooking. Honestly, okay, here's what we're going to do. Min, for now, actually, I'm going to suspend the fine meal production. And I really just want you to make simple meals. For now, just cook simple meals. We need to get them cooked faster. And when you're cooking fine meals, our productivity level is just, it's not good enough. So I want you to cook 100 simple meals. And when we have 100 simple meals, then you can cook fine meals and do that until we have, let's say, 30. But I want the simple meals finished first because you can produce them much faster. Basically, she's going to be able to make 2 simple meals for the time it took her to make 1 fine meal. Alpha beavers are back. If we were hungry or starving, we could go kill the alpha beaters, but we're neither hungry nor starving. So, that Ibic, I'm just going to re-forbid that. I was going to go scavenge that dead doe, but it's mostly rotted, so there's really no reason. Trade Caravan is leaving. Let's see if we can get Pittman to summon some more traders. Not the Purple Plain people. The Pain Army hates us. Township at the Valley, I think, kind of likes us. Felds, okay, greets Pittman warmly and asks his business. Okay. So we can't do any of this thing. Request a trade caravan. So we need a trade beacon in order to do this. Well, we're going to have to build a trade beacon, and we have to put silver near it. I would love to put my trade beacon just over here. I just don't think it works. Can we build it under a roof? It's worth a shot. Orbital trade beacon. We can put it near a roof. So if we're let's put our can we do it in here? Well, hell, let's just put it in here then. We'll keep our tradable stuff in there, I guess. Where are we storing our silver, I guess, is the main question. Not in here. This looks like it's mostly steel and all right, let's revisit that. We'll cancel that then. Where's our silver at? Do we even have any silver? Yeah, we have a bunch. Where the hell is it? We're storing it somewhere, guys. Who's holding out on me? Okay, that's steel. That's also all steel. Where is my silver? Silver is one thing we could actually just go mine, too. Because we do know where there is a stockpile of silver. I do not see any silver anywhere. There it is. There's our silver. Okay, so let's build an orbital trade beacon over here, then. My trade beacon, we'll just plop it down in the middle of this. Apparently, it doesn't matter if it's... I thought it might, if it was under a roof, might pose a problem, but apparently the game just doesn't give a shit. Radio waves are capable of penetrating a 10 roof, it turns out, Pete. Yeah, basic science for the win. Rick, you are impossible, sir, to train. We have had somebody attempting to train you for the entire duration of this run, and let's take a look and see how that training is going, Rick. How's that? Oh, there's a Timberwolf eating a turtle. Nobody fucks with turtles, Timberwolf. I'm sorry. That's it. You're dead. Crusty, murder this wolf. Nobody fucks with a turtle in my watch. Nobody fucks with a turtle in my town, Timberwolf. Yep. See what happens when you fuck with the turtle? Fuck with the turtle, you get murdered. Look. It's all about the turtles. Don't mess with my turtles. Totem animal. I mean, I'm definitely gonna eat that turtle, but I'm not gonna let him go to waste. That's just shameful. Why are these deer in my house? These animals just keep wandering into our base to be murdered. I don't understand why they're so eager to live near humans. This is a violation of the natural order, animals. Also, I don't have places to put all of your meat. I guess we'll get fire foam, wake-up production, colored lights, Malera block production, passive coolers, psychite refining, auto... Yeah, let's just do auto coolers for now. We have an idle colonist. Men, you should never be idle. Unless Lynx is cooking, Ibex, Ram, Revenge. Yeah, it was short-lived. It's the weakest revenge of all time. It's the revenge of not even... You know what? The revenge of the nerds wasn't really that extravagant, but I feel like that revenge was even more shortly lived. Also, we've got some people who are sleeping in real dump rooms. Let's tidy that up a bit. Get all of this stuff hauled. Also, why is this not being cleaned? Is this not technically our home area? It is not. Well, it is now. Fix that. We got raw steel ore for walls, which I have to assume is going to be affecting the beauty factor of all this. And this stuff is definitely affecting the beauty factor. I think what we're going to do here to solve this is just put some doors in, though, and make it a different room. Because with the ancient evil over here, I'm not that excited about making this, continuing in that direction to make it part of our base. Just, no, that's fine. How do you deal with problems, Pete? Well, turns out when I see something I don't like a 4-year-old, I jam my fingers in my ears, just say, la, 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 not going to worry about it anymore. Out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Also, this is no longer for prisoners, and that is definitely a medical bed now. This is no longer a medical bed. It's a regular bed for the sleeping. And I think we're going to wrap this episode up. Man, I feel like our colony is... This is going to sound crazy, but I feel like it's too stable. All we need is 20 freaking gold. Who's starving? Never mind, Lynx is starving. Well, you know what, Lynx? You are one of our cooks, so if you're starving, you got nobody but yourself to blame. Get out of bed, Get your ass to the stove and start cooking. This is a problem that's easily solved. We have an abundance of food in this colony. You can handle that issue any damn time you want. Right now you're sweeping the floor. Alternatively, you could just go eat some of our food. It may not be cooked, but there's definitely food available to be eaten. We have rice, we have potatoes. Sure, a raw potato is not going to taste that good, but you could eat a raw potato. Please, cargo pods contain gold. Oh. One of these days, man. One of these days, we're going to come across some gold. But today is not that day. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you got any tips, tricks, or you want to see our inevitable gold strike, Krusty's going to do a dance like that guy from Treasure of the Sierra Madre where he does the hee-hee-hee and hops back and forth on one foot because he's a crazy asshole prospector. That will happen when we strike gold. So you might subscribe if you want to see that. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching. And I'll see you again soon as our colonists slowly starve themselves to death.